some creepy walking away, wasn't it? Heidi ho, everybody. How you doing? This is your Grammy Mary here on Grammy's Rocket Chair on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. Also on the RLM Tune In channel and the RLM Internet Radio Station and the RLM Spreaker channel. So hey there, hi there, ho there, how you doing? Let me do that real quick so I can see if that does any. No, it really didn't do shit. I'm just trying to pump up the volume just a skosh. Seeing as how I've got the, let me do this one too. I got so damn many buttons to push. Buttons. Who's got a button? I do. Okay, it is a WHACK-A-DOODLE Wednesday. It is May the 25th, 2016. And hey, wow, all kinds of fun stuff going on today. Not necessarily fun, but hey. Yeah, my morning started out splendiferous. I was having an absolutely awesome time. And then I got to work. Yippee-yi-yay, cow patty. Yeah, dealing with corporate is enough to make you want to just reach through the computer and hug someone around the neck until they do a Smurf impersonation. You know? That's kind of the way I felt this morning. And it just kept getting better and better. Oh, joy, oh, bliss. Okay, over here on Facebook, let me say hey there, hi there, ho there to those that clicked on my little hi I'm on. I see Mary B is here as well as Julie and Vincent Easley the Second. I wonder who that is. I also see the lovely Lisa B is online over here. Hey there, lady. How you doing? Over here on that effing site. Let me see who's over here. I see Vinny is over here again as well. He's just all over the place. He just can't help himself. And I see the lovely Mary B and TD Sanders and Cowboy Tech and Tessa is here. Hey there, woman. How you doing? I'm hoping that some things start going a little bit smoother for you, sweetheart, because wow, talk about really getting pummeled. But that's, that's kind of the way it works. Yeah. We've been out here in Booneyville. We've been getting pummeled by Mama Nature. She's been having a good old time sending down them fingers of God at us. Yeah, that's awful sweet of you, Mama Nature. But we can do without, at least for one night, please. Thank you. None of them have been close to Grammyville, but yeah, it's been quite entertaining. Lots and lots of interesting videos on the internet from the lovely weather we've been having. It's that whole climate thing. Climate does that. It changes. Isn't that odd? I also see D. Cheatwood is over here as well as Cowboy Tech. Hey there, hi there, ho there, you guys. How you doing? And looks like we have a new person over here on that effing site. Graph Bazooka. A graph bazooka. I've always heard that close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and sometimes with a bazooka. Is that the same kind of bazooka? Just curious. Let's see. Let me go over to that RLM chat. See who all's over here. Grammy, who's Summer? Is she good looking? Is she a babe? Does she always walk around in a bikini? I mean, you're wanting to do the dirty deed with her after all. Okay, oh, just a sec. I gotta check my Twitter. It's like, holy crap, and only exploding. And there's popsicles. Popsicles! Oh, now I'm gonna have to get popsicles. Okay, I'm not gonna get popsicles until after I finish the fudgesicles that I have in my freezer. That's just kind of the way I roll. Okay, back over here to that RLM. Let me say, hey there, hi there, ho there to everyone over here. I see Asmo right there on top again. Asmo, my dear, we've got to stop meeting like this. I also see Barman is closely behind. Oh, Barman. Well, That could be interesting. And looky there, the lovely Beth Z. Hey there, woman. How you doing? How's your day been going? I think you're way East Coast, aren't you, sweetheart? Like even easter, farther easter than East Coast, aren't you? You're up there in the North, in the Great North. I also see Cowboy Tech is here. Outside listening? Ah, cool. How fun is that? All right, Grammy. I'm glad she's a babe. Oh, and Cowboy Tech. Yes, did I say that before? If I didn't, I'll say it again because Cowboy Tech is the awesomest at the computer geeky stuff because he computer geekied my computer and dude, it's running like a champ. Sweet. Although that means I can't catch up with it because I don't run. I also see Grimner is here, who is the creator of RLM and Barman and is the brains to making things work so well over on that effing site as well. So, hey, he is a multi-talented multitasker. Way to go, Grim, dude. And looky there, the lovely Moose Girl is here as well. Hey there, woman. How you doing this evening? I hope you're doing well. I just want to tell you, sweetie, that was so fun to have you join us on the dork table. Yeah, us bunch of dorks. And it really was kind of a cluster, but it was a fun cluster. We was having oh my God. I refreshed my Twitter. Somebody has I got to retweet this shit. That's just funny. I don't care who you are. It's some gal running across the screen screaming, and it's Slick Willie with his pants around his ankles chasing after her. It's just freaking hilarious. Oh, my Lord. Too flippin' funny. Okay. Back to what I was doing. See, I'm so easily distracted. Where was I? Ah, Moosey. And looky there. There's the lovely Miss Kate. I hope everything is splendiferous in your world, darling. And trust no one. That must be, because that's not Mulder, although Mulder does say that later on, but I think that was Deep Throat. Is that what his name was on the show? I think he's the one that first said that. I also see IB Don C is here as well as IB Don C Work, but IB Don C Work is away because IB Don C is here. So he must not be working, or at least not officially. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And looky there, Java Doctor 2, the new and improved version, as well as Juana Taco, which, yes, darling, now that I moved my broadcast time up a little bit earlier, yeah, I definitely eat my supper after I'm done. And hey, I just happened to make a big batch of taco meat and put some refried beans in there. And then I chopped me up a tomato, and I have some smoked hot pepper cheddar cheese that I got from Yoder Meat Market, which is, Mennonite. And yeah, it's really good cheese. Really good. And I'm going to shred some of that up and put it on my taco. So, I'm having a bonus. And some of my El Zarape salsa, which is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I'm going to be chowing down like a starving Grammy is what I'm going to be doing when I get done this evening. I also see Solvanor is here, and you know what, sweetheart, it's a wee bit late for you, but maybe, just maybe you're listening, and if you're not, hi there when you listen to the podcast. Love you, darling. And looky there, Venevidi Vici, he's Italiano. Venevidi Vici's being Italiano. Oh, you know what I've heard about those Italiano men, don't you? Oh, baby. They're spicy meatball. Oh, shit. Why, thank you, darling. Shit, Hillary says just liked my tweet. Thanks, sweetie. Appreciate it. Okay, back to what I was doing. See, easily distracted. That's what I told you. I also see Chalcedony is here. Hi there, sweetheart. You're still so quiet, but hey, that's okay. We'll let you be quiet. And hey, I'm here. Wow. Isn't that just awesome? I made it on time, even. And the lovely Mary B from Down Under, how's things this morning for you and your world, my dear? Hot in the summer, cold in the winter. Such is life. It is a roof over your. That is true, darling. That is true. And you know what? I still have not turned my AC on. Of course, it hasn't really been warm yet. I mean, it's been kind of warm-ish, in the low, mid 80s out here. But if I keep the house closed up when I'm at work, it stays fairly cool. So, it's just in the evenings I open up the windows and I turn on a fan. And so, yeah, I'm kind of a tightwad like that. So I don't like running. Of course, I'm not crazy about air conditioning anyway. I grew up with a swamp cooler, and so I kind of prefer the swamp cooler. It puts moisture in the air, and yeah, and it just kind of cools the air down. And I got so good with the swamp cooler because I would freeze, like the ice cream buckets. I would freeze those, and then whenever I would, usually when I got home from work, because in the morning everything was fine, and during the day it was, it was okay to have just a little bit of water from the hose trickling in it. But when I get home from work, I would take one of those ice cream buckets that was frozen, and I would put it in the swamp cooler down in the tank, and that would really bursy the water so that, yeah, then I would go outside and I would work in the yard, and by the time I came back inside, it was very comfortable. And now I don't have a swamp cooler, and I may just have to get me one again, because I'm really not crazy about AC. Have I told you that? I think I have. Pete and repeat, we're sitting on a bench. Oh, well. I also see Oslo is here. Hey there, sweetheart. How you doing? You the strong silent type, aren't you? I can tell, because you don't never say nothing. I've never seen you say anything. Never say nothing. Isn't that a double negative? Does that mean you talk all the time? I know I do. Okay, P. Bunyan is here. Hey there, sweetheart. Where's that blue ox? I want to see that blue ox. Or did you get rid of Babe? I'm just curious. And to round out the crew, the one, the only, the Rob Works, who just happened to fire up the bubbler while I was still at work. See how you are. I see how you are. Oh well, I'm looking at. I got this in behind the, because I have the little chat, and then behind it I have my other browser open, and I see this over on Twitter. AZ Dreamer shared it. The new American way of life. Let's see. For a guy and his girlfriend with 2 kids, all you have to do is follow these proven steps. Number 1, don't marry her. Duh. Or at least, if you want to have some kind of a marriage ceremony, go Pastafarian. I am really going to look into becoming a Pastafarian minister. It wouldn't bother me one bit to have to wander around with a colander on my head, because I've done that a time or two. Just ask my children. They're still traumatized for life. Number 2, always use your mom's address to get your mail. No, because my mom lives in another town. No, I'm not doing that. Number 3, the guy buys a house. Okay, that works. Oh, wait. Have to have one of those guy things first, don't I? Shit. Okay, number 4, the guy rents out house to his girlfriend with his 2 kids. Ah, now I see where this is going. Number 5, Section 8 will pay $900 a month for a 3-bedroom home. Well, number 6, girlfriend signs up for Obamacare so guy doesn't have to pay for family insurance. Whoa, I'm thinking this is milking the system now. Number 7, girlfriend gets to go to college for free being a single mom. Number 8, girlfriend gets $600 a month for food stamps. That's if you got 2 youngins, 3 youngins, how many youngins? If you got youngins, okay, 2 youngins, $600 a month ain't gonna get you very far, not nowadays. Number 9, girlfriend gets a free cell phone because it's an Obama phone, don't you know? Number 11. Oh, no, excuse me. Number 10, girlfriend gets free utilities. Why? Because she's a single mother. Moosey's a single mother. I don't think she gets all that free shit. Number 11, guy moves into home but continues to use mom's address for his mail because he's a lying, cheating, scum-sucking piece of shit. Oh, wait. Never mind. Quit being judgmental, Grammy. Oops. Number 12, girlfriend claims one kid, guy claims the other kid on their tax forms. Now both get to claim head of household and $1,800 credit. Isn't that special? Number 13, girlfriend gets $1,800 a month disability for being crazy, batshit crazy, for having a bad back and never has to work again. This plan is perfectly legal and is being executed by millions of people. A married couple with a stay-at-home mom yields $0. An unmarried couple with a stay-at-home mom nets $21,600 disability, plus $10,800 free housing, plus $6,000 in free utilities, plus $6,000 Pell Grant money to spend, and $12,000 a year college tuition free from Pell Grants, plus $8,800 tax benefit for being a single mom, which equals $75,000 a year in benefits. Wow. Wow. I could live real comfortable on that for a couple years. Yeah, several. Any idea why the country is $18 trillion plus in debt and half the population is sitting around letting the other half pay their way? Maybe this is a good enough reason to clean house in D.C. I'm thinking we need to call Roto-Rooter. Call Roto-Rooter, that's a name, and he'll flush your troubles down the drain. Yeah, buddy. That just, oh, good Lord. Wow. I refreshed my Twitter and there's nudie stuff. Wow. Okay. I'll just refresh again so that goes away. Whew. Oh my. Okay. Let me make sure. I still got, my stream is still flowing. It's not flow from the Geico commercials or whatever the hell commercials she does, but it's flow. Oh, hi, Johnny Depp. He's just so pleasant to look at. Sorry, I had to take a moment there just to kind of go, oh, well. Yeah, as if, Grammy, as if. Whatever. Okay, let me see. Do I want to go to my pocket yet? Not quite yet. Because I did see some things over on Oopie that made me go, oh? Which is usually what Oopie does to me. And, originally, earlier today, I was thinking, wow, I'm going to start my day off with a rant. I'm going to be a bitch. I'm going to, because, Facebook has a tendency to teach you things. A lot of times those lessons that you get are not necessarily fun. But, oh, wow. Oh, that looks like fun. My daughter just shared a fun game. In any case, I shared some stuff over on Facebook, and I also shared it in RLM, and I shared it on FN earlier today about, some of this nonsense that's going on with Israel and Iraq and Iran and Palestine and, all that fun stuff. And I had someone that I have been friends, the quote-unquote friends, Facebook friends. We're FFs. We're Facebook friends. I'm thinking it's not quite so friendly anymore, is what I'm thinking. Mainly because this individual keeps trolling my stuff anymore, and that's fine. You want to troll my shit? Hey, go for it, dude. I don't care. Because you know what? Your arguments don't hold water. He has an issue. He had an issue the other day with me posting a video of park police. The real imitation thing. They have really cute shorts, and they have the little walkie-talkie things, and they have zip ties. Woo. And they can tell you can't dance at public memorials. Like the Jefferson Memorial. That you can't dance there because they said so. But so I shared that video of a group of people that wound up getting arrested because, well, one couple was dancing there. And yes, some of the comments were, oh, this was a setup. You can tell this was a setup. Ya think? Ya think? Okay, so some people got together and they went, you know what? We're going to go and we're going to videotape you guys dancing at the Jefferson Memorial just to see if those Barney Fifes get a big old massive butt pucker and start throwing their weight around. You know, them park police. The PPs. Yeah, which is about what they're worth. PP. In any case, they arrested the initial couple. No warning. No nothing. Just said, okay, that's enough. You need to stop that. You can't do that here. And then separated them and started zip tying them, and they were going to haul them off. It's like, really? What the hell? So then people that were watching this, okay, naturally, you've got a whole bunch of people standing around with their magic cell phones, and they're videotaping, because YouTube. And then you have other people dancing around, some of them not very well, but hey, they're dancing, they're having a good time. What the hey? Far be it from me to tell them, dude, you dance like Joe Cocker. But even though they did. It worked for Joe, and now he's gone. So somebody else has got to carry on the mantle, right? I think so. In any case, all of a sudden, all of these people start getting zip tied. People start getting thrown to the ground. And this individual shares a video of where a police officer led a bunch of people out of a building that there was someone going on a shooting rampage in that building. And so this police officer was in front of this group of people in body armor and yada, yada, yada. And he was leading them safely out of the building. Okay, wonderful. I'm glad you have this individual here that did what we hired him to do. Not what they deem necessary for them to do. What we expect them to do, what we hired them to do. They were protecting, they were defending, they were leading people out of danger. It's what you're supposed to be doing. That's the job you signed up for. Okay? So, when I shared this, I said, have you noticed? Things kind of went horribly wrong and just kept getting worse. When it went from they were peace officers to next thing you knew, they were police officers. So they went from keeping the peace to policing the area. Now that may seem like semantics to you. That may seem like not much of a change because it's still po-po. But now they're law enforcement officers. See how that's gone? That's George Carlin really nailed it when he said the language is morphing. We're changing the euphemisms. And those euphemistic changes bring changes in the real world as well. So see, you went from a peace officer that was the guy that stood on the street corner. Everybody would BS with him. When it was his birthday, people would bake him cupcakes or whatever. You know, he would walk the little kid home. Or if the doggy got loose, he would bring the doggy home. You know, that kind of stuff, keeping the peace. You know, if a horse got a little bit skittish or something, he helped settle it down, helped put fires out, yada, yada, yada. They were helpful. Then they became police officers, and they got ticket books. Then it was about having power, having control, earning income, getting money from you. Now they are law enforcement officers. Doesn't make a shitting bit of difference if that law is moral, because you really can't legislate morality anyway. But it doesn't make any difference if it's constitutional, which constitutional schmonstitutional anymore. I'm of a mind where, you know, it was a wonderful idea. It was a really cool experiment, but that experiment started going south before the ink was dry. Now, we have these asshats. I have a badge. I have a gun. You are not allowed to point even a squirt gun at me without me being able to shoot you because I feared for my life. I have tasers. I can tase you to death. Oh, sure, they'll bring charges against me, but I'll just be on administrative leave with pay. Now, one thing that is somewhat irksome about that, I get the whole concept of while it's under investigation on administrative leave without pay because, well, there's this whole thing of innocent until proven guilty, beyond a reasonable doubt proven guilty. That's the way it's supposed to work. I'm wondering why that only applies to the popo, to the LEOs. Why does that just apply to them? Why does that just apply to the lawmakers, those that write this shit and tell them to go enforce it? I have so many things going through my mind about this right now because you have, this weekend I saw all this stuff and it was like, really? Are you kidding me? And I mean, I was busy. I was in the yard. I was farting around. But every time I came in and I turned on my computer, I would see something else that would make me go, grrr. But it's like, okay, they, as in those that write the laws, those that vote on laws, those that say that you must live by these rules that we are enforcing upon you, as in a law is a burden or a weight on our shoulders. No, I beg to differ. I don't beg. I'm just telling you, I have a difference of opinion on that shit. No. A law is not a burden on our shoulders. A law is not something to hold us down. It is not a tether to us to keep us in line. A law is supposed to be, this is the lowest level that you can go to in a civilized society before you are deemed a troublemaker, a rabble-rouser, an ass munch, if you will. This is the lowest level. This is the law. When you break the law, you go below that level, and you are now down below the law because you broke through that threshold of what is acceptable behavior in a civilized society, in a civilized community. So lawbreakers are people that sink to the depths of human depravity. They are not, us everyday Joes that walk around just doing our thing and not hurting anybody, minding our own business unless someone needs help and then we offer to assist. Those kind of people, no, we live above the law. Every damn one of us that doesn't go out there and intentionally hurt someone else, that doesn't go out there and intentionally take something that is not ours, which is theft. That's the only real rule there should be. Theft. Do not do it. Don't steal someone's shit. Don't steal someone's life. Don't steal someone's innocence. Don't steal someone's reputation. Don't steal someone's whatever. If it's not yours, leave it a fuck alone. If they didn't give it to you willingly, leave it alone. There's my first F-bomb of the night. Now, after I've gotten that out, that's to set up this. Because my premise is all of us, if we are not doing something that puts us down in the dregs of society, that puts us below the law, that means we have broken through that threshold of decency into the indecent. We live above the law. But the lawmakers, those assholes that are overachieving on the right in this shit because you must do this, we decreed it. They think they're the only ones that are above the law. I beg to differ. Most of you do not meet that threshold. And the ones that run for the highest office in the land have a tendency to need to stand on tippy toes on someone else's shoulders in order to be able to maybe with the tips of their fingers reach up enough to reach that level that the rest of us do not break through to get down amongst them. That's my thoughts on that. I think that a lot of those people are just control freak asshats that know better. Uh-oh, Grimmy's feared for his life from the evil dancing guy. Oh, I know, Grim. That guy was scary. I'm late catching up on that. But, this bullshit of you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot. If it's not hurting anyone, what the fuck? Oh, so someone went, oh, they're dancing in front of the Jefferson Memorial, so I can't read the plaque. I'm going to call the Popo and have them removed. How about, instead of relying on someone else to go and do the dirty work for you, which is pretty much what we do when we go along with this whole bullshit of, we must have representatives. And you know what? They're representing us, which is basically an insane concept anyway, because that means they are presenting themselves as us. They are presenting themselves, their values, their words, their deeds, as our words and deeds. We gave them that when we said, yeah, go represent me. Go be me. No. And when those asshats go around saying, well, there ought to be a law. No, there shouldn't. We got too freaking many the way it is. I see these people that keep saying, we have term limits for the president. We need to have term limits for the Congress and for the Senate. You know what term limits for the Congress and the Senate is, don't you? Don't vote them back in. Oh, wait, voting doesn't work. Never mind. Voting works on a local level. I do know, at least, smaller communities, I do know that. Out here in my community, everybody knows who's on the election board. Everybody. And, they know. People will call them. People will harass them. And odds are the cops won't stop them because it's like, you fucked up, dude. Seriously. So, small communities like where I live, you really don't have the problems like you do. Once it gets too big to police itself, which is what the federal government is, it's no longer functional. It does not work as it was supposedly intended to work. Wow, I'm off on a tangent, aren't I? But I have so many issues with this whole bunch of shit where, somebody on high can pass down whatever you wish to say. What should work for everyone. And it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. And you know what? If y'all want to give money to Israel, if y'all want to give money to Palestine, if y'all want to build some monument, pull it out of your own freaking paychecks. Don't be forcing me to pay for your shit. Because that's what every goddamn thing you do, every time you do a federal budget, you are lining out how you are going to rob from me to pay the guy down the street. I'm tired of it. Get the hell out of my pocket. Quit robbing me blind so that you can look good for the guy that performs well under a desk, whether it's metaphorically or not, down the street. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. And we need to stop it. We need to do something. I don't know what. I have been trying to think of what the hell can be done. But in any case, and I went off on that tangent all because some guy told me that, well, you're just saying that all cops are bad. No, I'm not saying all cops are bad, but I am saying that all cops get painted with the same brush when they don't step up and call out the bullshit. They get painted with the same brush. And trust me, I know some good cops. There's some good ones out here. I also know some that I respect a hell of a lot more simply because they refused to do things that they knew were wrong, that they knew violated their oath. And so they quit. Now, see, that's a good cop. A cop that's willing to put their job on the line to say, no, that's bullshit. That person did something illegal and immoral. That person was overly aggressive, and I'm not going to stand here and wear the same badge, the same uniform as that individual. That person should be brought up on charges. Same law should apply to them as applies to everyone else. And don't give me this shit of, but it's a dangerous job. You know what? Dentists have just as dangerous a job, if you want to know the truth. And I believe I checked it not too long ago, dentists have a pretty high suicide rate too. Not quite as high as our former military that's coming home from the wars overseas. That's a whole other ball of wax. You know, our lovely legislators sending our finest and youngest off to die or kill. Odds are someone that did absolutely nothing to them, which is the second video that I shared today. And this individual, the same one that told me I was just full of shit with the cops, told me that I was a bleeding heart liberal. Let me find that, because I got to read to you how I worded, because I thought I, pretty much covered my bases fairly well. And I shared, multiple links along this, but when I posted it, I said, before you wave your flag and shout, Merca! Before you dismiss her or me as a sympathizer, as if having sympathy for others that through no fault of their own, simply because of the piece of dirt they were born on or are currently trying to live on, is a bad thing. Sympathizing for someone that's being abused and downtrodden apparently is a bad thing to some people. Please listen to the points she raises. Try to imagine how you would feel or react if you were dealing with the conditions she's describing. There but for the grace of God go I comes to mind. And it was based on an interview or a speech that a young lady gave about Palestine and Iraq and Israel and the bullshit that is going on over there and our unconstitutional war and the real terrorists, which is the judiciary, the executive, and the legislative branches of our government. Those are the real terrorists. And then the military is their enforcers. That's their strong arm. Yeah, I'm a bleeding heart liberal. He told me to please cut the jihad innocent victims crap. They use women and children as shields, get them killed, and parade them as martyrs. Give me a break with the liberal bullshit. Note he said get them killed. They use them as shields and get them killed, which brings another moral issue up. Who is more morally wrong? The one that gives the immoral, evil order, or the one that carries it out? Who's more wrong? Who's more evil? Who's more vile? When he spouted that bullshit, and I used to think he was a pretty sweet guy. Wow. This last week or so, I'm thinking, not so sweet anymore. So I just kind of responded to him and said, alrighty then. They are the bad ones because they use women and children as shields. And we have to mow them down in order to get to the really bad guys. Seriously? It's their fault that we killed women and children? What the fuck? To which he told me the truth is the truth, and sometimes it hurts. It's against international law to place anti-aircraft guns on top of hospitals and schools and to use human shields. Okay, yeah, it's against international law to do that. But that, when they do that, then apparently that makes it okay to blow it to smithereens along with anyone else who was unfortunate enough to be within the vicinity. Once again, alrighty then. If that's the way you see it, it's okay if we kill all those women and children because that's just collateral damage. Because they violated international rules of war and put anti-aircraft guns on top of hospitals and schools. Well, what if nobody's in the fucking school because people are scared to send their children there in the first place? What if nobody's in the hospitals because there's no electricity to run the facility? What if it's just like a MASH unit in there because they have been bombed into the fucking Stone Age? Oh, we're going to bomb the democracy right into you. Thank you ever so much. See, it's people like this. And trust me, years ago, I was kind of, sort of, I could understand that thought process. Let me put it that way. I could understand that thought process years ago. Until I had someone have a little chit chat with me, and this individual is someone I greatly respect who has fought in wars, who has been shot at and has shot people, and who will never forget any of that. And when I was trying to justify some things, not really trying very hard, but kind of, sort of, because, well, our government wouldn't do that. Yeah, I was kind of naive years ago. Not so much anymore, and I'm getting less naive every day. But I kind of opened my eyes and I started seeing things. And then I started looking at things. And he and I had several discussions. And he would make me explain and justify just exactly why I think this is okay. And I never could come up with a valid reason. A logical reason as to why we're doing any of this shit. Why? And that's when I went, wow, I'm fucked up. So I started unfucking up myself. And I started researching. And I started finding out just how totally fucked up I was. It's called cognitive dissonance. When you really want to, yet you know it's true, and yet you will fight it tooth and nail until all of a sudden you have that Acme light bulb moment and you go, holy shit, I am such a total ass monkey. I actually supported that at one time. Wow. But you know what? I've learned, and that's another, that's why the rear view is smaller than the windshield. Because looking back, you can see where you've been, but you can see where you're going, which is an awful lot bigger area than where you've been. And you've traveled quite a ways. And I know I've traveled quite a ways. There's a lot of things that I call bullshit on anymore. Oh, wow. What a rant. I really kind of went off on that, didn't I? But it irks me to no end that I don't understand how people can just absolutely not, or absolutely refuse to even contemplate the other side of any issue, to even contemplate it. I mean, I've had some good life lessons lately where I've had to deal with people that just absolutely could not contemplate the other side, the other, someone else's view on this. Someone else that's going, dude, you fucking bombed my house, you bombed my town, I'm living in rubble, you killed my child, you killed my father, you killed my sister. I hate your fucking guts. And then you actually go, they hate us for our freedom. What the fuck? Seriously? You still can say that with a straight face. Wow. Wow. I just can't get that anymore. I just can't. I never did really buy the whole they hate us for our freedom shit because it was like, what? Huh? Huh? But I mean, I do have an issue with people coming over here and demanding, but I don't know how much of that is actually fucking with our heads and how much of it is actually people moving over here and demanding that we take on the customs that they left because it was so untenable where they lived. And yet they demand that we take on the customs that they ran away from. Oh? I mean, I can believe that there are some people like that. But I don't know that there's as much as what the lamestream media is trying to portray it as. There's just, I have an awful lot of I don't knows going on. Have you noticed that? I just don't freaking know. If I did, I don't know that I'd actually say it to a whole hell of a lot of people anyway. Because, you know, once you say it to someone, then you got all these people going, bullshit. And then you got someone, and oh yeah, I would. I'd say it. Because I ain't got right good sense. I'd say it. That's just, yeah. I mean, you listen to me on the radio, you know, I ain't got right good sense. I just spit it out. Hi, Scott Ott. Oh, you're in the AMA. Ah, okay. I'm just looking over here to see what all's going on Facebook real quick like. Whew, man, I need to stop and breathe because I got myself lightheaded with that rant. Either that or my headphones on too tight. Ah! Oh, congrats to my lovely little niece. She's graduating today. Congrats, sweetie. That's another niece. Okay. Yes, that's true, Beth. Right from the time you get birthed into their system, they start feeding you from the propaganda trough. They start training you. And it really is very difficult to break out of that training. Yeah, there's way less freedom here than there used to be. Although people, I think, don't really understand it yet. And, you know, once again, but wait, it's on the internet, so it must be true. Well, it's true enough for someone to post it. Let's just put it like that, shall we? Yeah, a lot of crazy people in this world. Lots of crazy people that, we're the land of the free. America, home of the brave. America. And I will say, we do have an awful lot of brave individuals here, and we have an awful lot of people that seem to think they really, really, really they self-identify with the propaganda trough. You know, that is their whole being, and they need to stop that. They need to stop it. They need to look in the mirror at themselves and go, really? Really? And, you know, that's their path. And I really shouldn't judge. I know I shouldn't. But damn it all. And I know nobody else is like me, and that's a good thing. That really is a good thing. Because, yeah, I think the world would implode if there was more than just one of me out there. I really do. I would not. Wow, can you imagine? Especially if the two of us were in the same room together. That would be scary. Mm-hmm. Entertaining till the kaboom or the, you know, depending whatever noise it makes when something implodes. I don't know. What happens when you implode? I needed a puff. Okay. Scalia's death just saved thousands of women access to birth control. Really? Oh, you people are so fucking moronic. Wow. Wow. Isn't it funny how people will latch on to just one thing and absolutely despise everyone else just because they disagree on one thing? One thing. And that one thing makes you a worthless shit. Isn't that funny? I disagree with a lot of people on a lot of things. I don't think any of them are worthless shits. I think they're morons, but I don't think they're worthless shits because, hey, I'm learning all kinds of lessons from you, so you must be worth something. It's not fun, but I'm learning. I'm learning. I love that elephant TD. Thank you for sharing that. I needed some silliness. I'm going to step away from the bitch and the rant because, wow, it's been almost an hour and that's just what. Ranting. I needed to get those evil spirits out of the building, you know? And who knows, they might come back because I saw something on Oopie that makes me think, whoa, people are fucked in the head. They really are. This is over on Oopie. This just goes to show how messed up people are anymore. There are an awful lot of people that are just flat ass messed up. The good thing is, at least when you apply the adage, misery loves company, the good thing is it's not in the USA. It's in Australia. Mary B., you got crazies down there as well, darling. In Nerong, Australia. I'm sure I said that wrong, but I'm going with it. A woman who rejected a fellow motorist's flirtatious advances recorded the man hurling golf balls at her car while traveling at more than 60 miles an hour. Bless your heart, darling. You should have been throwing your nuts around, hon. That way you could have shown her you was nuts instead of just throwing your balls around. 25-year-old woman who asked not to be named turned her dashboard camera to the side Saturday while driving on the M1 in Queensland. Oh my, excuse me. The video shows a male driver in a blue car throwing golf balls at the woman's car as she films. Are you actually kidding me? The woman is heard yelling. This is what happens when you don't let men flirt with you, the woman says in a voiceover recorded after the incident. They're golf balls. The woman said that the man had been waving and winking and blowing kisses at her while they traveled side by side on the road. She said he became angry when she ignored his advances. Gee, honey, you know there's something about driving on a highway and paying attention to where you're going. Paying attention to a man who's behaving like an ass, waving and winking and blowing kisses at 60 miles per hour, that would tend to make me pay real close attention to what the fuck I'm doing so you don't run my ass off the road, dumbass. If one of those golf balls had gone through and hit her, anything could have happened. There could have been a multi-vehicle accident on the M1. This is what Keith Cornwell had said to 9 News down there. Police said that they have seen the video and are working to identify the driver. Wow. What a total ass monkey. And talk about having a... Wow. Someone has issues. You know, if you're going to have a rule to where someone cannot get a driver's license, then I'm thinking it should be people that get so butthurt because you don't wink, wave, smile, blow kisses back at you. So you throw roundish or throw anything at them while driving down the highway. Then, those people shouldn't be allowed to have driver's license. They shouldn't be allowed to drive. There ought to be a law. Damn it. Boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka laka, boom. Yeah, that would be Hans. Beth, that definitely would be Hans. Hans? And Venividivici. I'm just going to call you that from now on, hun. Because it's like, whoa. Oh, crazy ass people. Crazy sane people. Oh. Well, crazy sane people, Beth. Is that people that wear their straitjacket as a fashion ensemble. Because I do have one of those. It's fuchsia with sparklies. Why? Because sometimes I just need a hug, and I'm the only one around, so I hug myself. Oh, yeah. Crazy, crazy people. I think I'm going to put this over on that effing site, too. Let me make sure I'm still streaming okay. I am. I'm streaming okay. Okay. Whew. Wowzer. I need to slow down on my talking when I'm ranting, because, woo, I starve my brain of oxygen, and then I stop making sense. Senseless. Oh, my goodness. Okay. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, let me get this shared over here. And yeah, grim. Oh, damn. And you know what? I didn't even put on the effing site that I was going to be on. Shame on me. Send me to my room, please. For a week, please. I get a long weekend this weekend. Unfortunately, I cannot just stay in my room. I have things to do. Oh, well. Add that. And no, I'm not going anywhere this weekend either. Although, all of you that are going out this weekend, for the Memorial Weekend Big Bash, be prepared for inclement weather, because that's what happens. It's just what happens. I have never gone to the lake on Memorial Weekend where we didn't have at least one donator. At least one. Which is why I don't go to the lake anymore on Memorial Weekend. Besides the fact that there's too many freaking bodies at the lake, and it's like, really? I love you guys. I really do. But there's too many of you. I've got to leave. I've become quite the antisocial individual. When I'm not at work, I am not very social. Except for on the computer. When I'm outside, if my neighbors come up and talk to me, then I'll chat. But I usually don't initiate, because it's like I talk to people all day. All day. So when I get home, yeah. Hooty doody wuddy? What did I do? Oh! Thank you, Grim. Someone needed to. Reaches into your magical bag and pulls a nice bit of Cocoa Kush. Cool. Shit. Donkey shoes. Appreciate it immensely, barman. You the man. You the goddamn man. That's all there is to it. Okay. Let me see. Where was I at? Oh, did I share it? Yeah, I did. Never mind. Liar, liar. Pants on fire. Katie Couric. Oh, no. Shock. Shock. Yeah, I grew up listening to Fox News. Okay, no, I didn't grow up listening to I grew up listening to Dan Rather and Walter Cronkite. And Walter Cronkite would never lie to me. Yeah. Right. Uh-huh. Sure. They all lied. Every goddamn one of them. But it was for the public safety. It was for your own good. Don't you know? Because, national security and all that fun stuff. You know why they call stuff national security anymore? Why they don't share the truth? Why they don't, come right out and say, yeah, we're ass munches. You know why they don't do that? The national security that they're talking about? They're talking about their security blanket and the security guards around them. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. They ain't talking about nothing to do with keeping the nation safe. They're keeping their own asses safe. That's what it is. Oh, got it. Oh, gotta do this. Gotta do this. Yep. Demon weed is at it again. Once again, it's not in USA. It's a global issue. 'Cause, yeah, we're not the only partakers. Apparently, Welsh sheep go on a rampage after eating cannabis plants. Who'd have thunk? I'll bet they had the munchies. What do you think? In Swansea, Wales, officials from the city of South Wales are warning that a group of sheep might have, maybe. Ooh, it's that demon weed. That's because people are starting to wake up to the cure within cannabis, the wondermous things about cannabis. And so now it's got to do the demon weed. Look what it's doing to the sheep. It's bad. Got any Doritos? In any case, that a group of sheep could have ingested cannabis, causing them to stir up trouble in nearby towns. Why? Because they had the munchies, dude. That's why. They were on a munchie run. The Swansea County Councillor, Lone Richard, really? Is that what your name is? Dude. Feared that sheep, he feared that sheep in the area could maybe, possibly, almost, kind of, sort of, ingest cannabis plants that were dumped from an illegal cannabis factory. Oh my God! It's so bad. I dread to think what will happen if they could well be cannabis plants. We could have an outbreak out of psychotic sheep rampaging through the village. Dude, seriously, have you never smoked a doobie in your life? Have you never gotten any secondhand smoke? Let me tell you, it don't do that. No. Unless it's laced with something, it don't do that. The only kind of rampage you go on is like either giggle or munchie. It's pretty much. Or it puts me to sleep. I've had people tell me that it makes the sex ever so much better, but I don't know. I slept through it. Actually, I shouldn't say it. That's a lie. I slept through it. What the? Psychotic sheep on a rampage. We're bad to the bone. We're bad. Give us that hay. We want some oats now. Yeah, right. Richard. Richard, you're a dick. That's just all there is to it. He added that one flock of sheep had already been seen roaming about Welsh village and intruding on people's homes. Oh my God, it's a gang of sheep. It's no longer a herd or a flock. It's a gang. Next thing you know, they're going to have tattoos. Ooh. And get dreads done. Ooh. Oh, this is really bad. There's already a flock of sheep that's roaming the village, causing a nuisance. They're leaving little sheep droppings everywhere because they're bad. Oh, no. And one went over and mowed my neighbor's lawn. An inch too short. Bad sheep roam in the village. Yeah. They're getting in people's gardens, and one even entered a bungalow and left a mess in the bedroom. Well, you know what? Occasionally, one of my critters will leave a mess in my bedroom, too. I don't consider it being on a pot-induced rampage, though. Just saying. Wow. Going into people's gardens. Well, you know what? That's what sheep do. They eat those things. And if they have access, they're going to, because that's what they do. They eat that stuff. Goats will eat anything that's not nailed down, and even some things that are. That's what goats do as well. Apparently, a spokesman for the Swansea Council reported that the cannabis had been removed from the area and condemned the process of illegally dumping the waste known as fly tipping. We condemn this illegal act as an illegal act. Fly tipping. You know, we used to... Okay. I'm going to admit to some of the sadistic shit I did when I was a kid. When I worked at A&W... Well, you know, if we weren't busy or nothing, we would get the small to-go cups, you know, and get us a lid. And flies, fast food restaurant. Get my picture? So, you know, instead of swatting flies, we were catching them in the cups. And we would get like 5 or 6 of them in a cup, and then we would put it in the walk-in cooler. And they'd go to sleep. And then we would take it, like a half hour later, we would take it out of the walk-in cooler and we'd put it under the heat lamp. And they'd wake up. And then we'd take it and we'd put it back in the walk-in cooler. Okay. Sadistic. But it was funny. It was like, now you're asleep, now you're awake, now you're asleep, now you're awake. We had to quit, though, because the assistant manager caught us. He laughed, but he said, we could get so busted if they came and inspected the place and walked into the walk-in cooler and saw a cup with frozen flies. So we had fun. But yeah. And they were flies. Does that count? Does that help any? Does that mitigate my crime at least a little? Oh, well, if it doesn't, tough shit. I already did it. Can't undo it. What the hell? And the flies are long gone. Because we had to release them into the wild, and they came back in, and they got swatted. So there. Well, I don't know, because we didn't tag them. But, you get the drift. Oh, well. To finish this off, tangent. The fly-tipped waste has now been removed, but we urge anyone with information about who may be responsible to either contact ourselves or the South Wales Police. Fly tipping has a negative impact on local communities, so we're doing all we can to both prevent it and clean up as quickly as possible at known hotspots. So, they're dumping the stems. And the sheep are eating the stems. I'm thinking the sheep are pissed. Because it's like, what? No buds? Dude, it's just so fucking rude. Don't you know? I'm going to go eat your geraniums now. So there. What? Chocoweed. I'm catching up over here. Just so you know. Hardest thing you have to deal with is giving up sugars, glutens. I couldn't do that, sweetheart. I couldn't. And you know what? Life is short. And right now, I enjoy those things. And so I'm not going to give them up. Maybe someday I will just kind of go, hey, what the fuck? Let me give it a try. But for now, no. I like eating bread. I don't have a problem with glutens. Sugars, I don't eat a whole hell of a lot of sugar, but when I want something sweet, I want something sweet, and I want it now. Kind of like chocolate. I have a chocolate thing occasionally. Or occasionally, I like wintergreen Lifesavers. But, other than that. Barman, what's that? Ooh, green crack bud. Dude, you going to give that to those Welsh sheep that are on a rampage because they're pissed because all they got was stems and no bud? I think they need some bud, is what I'm thinking. Okay. Let me put this over on the effing side as well. God dang, Twitter. Bunions. Yeah. Bunions, symptoms, treatments, and causes. Well, thank you, Momo Flav, for sharing that. Forgive me if I do not retweet. Okay. Vietnamese. Dangleberry will bow to anybody. And do you know why Dangleberry bows a lot? Because it's like, see? There's an open sign. See? It's around back. Yeah. Ew. That's just gross. Okay. I put this linky over here on that effing site as well. I just might, maybe, possibly, almost, kind of, sorted sheep on a rampage. Oh, wouldn't that be cool to have sheep wearing leather jackets? Cows would be pissed, don't you think? It's not bad enough that the sheep were able to get to the good stuff that the cows couldn't get to because they couldn't get through that electric fence. Sheep got through it. They're rebels. They're rabble-rousers. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my lord. Some people just really, really entertain me. Not intentionally, mind you, but that's just funny. I wonder, just wondering, this just popped into my head. Is that what they mean by sheeple? Those that believe that sheep go on a rampage because they might, maybe, almost, kind of, sort of, possibly eat the stems from cannabis plants? Is that what the definition of a sheeple is? I don't know. Maybe it's the people that eat those sheep. See, it gets passed along in the food. Told you. Poisons get passed along in the food supply. Yes. Okay. Okay. To the people who love me, I want you to know how grateful I am that you're in my life and a bit. Oh, well, I love you, Trish. You're just so fun. You really are. You're like a big bada boom bada bing walking around going, I'm gonna bada boom bada bing you if you don't get the fuck out of my road. But you do it in a loving way. You're just fun, my dear. I love watching your escapades over here on Fakey Book because it's like, oh dude, Trish is at it again. Go, girlfriend. Kick butt. Take names. You know you want to. Okay. See, that's someone else that I would love to go visit. Um, if if and when I know I'm going to win Powerball. I am. I am going to win the Powerball jackpot, and I'm going to go to Ireland and visit my friend Catherine, and I'm going to go to Denmark, and I'm going to visit Circles and Flash, and I'm going to go to Australia, and I'm going to meet up with Miri B and Trish, and then I'm going to go to Peru, and I don't think I need to tell you what I'm going to be doing down there. And then I don't know what I'm going to do, but by then the system will have crashed and I will have spent that $1,000,000 just flitting around, and what the fuck? Easy come, easy go. Not bad for a $2 investment, right? $1,000,000 on a $2 investment. Cha-ching. Oh, wait, I got to get a ticket, don't I? Actually, I did. I don't know why. The other day, I went into the Quick Trip and got myself a beverage and went, oh, what the hell? So see? And today's the night it'll be drawn. I'm going to win. And then I will share it. Just willy-nilly. And travel. At least for a couple months. And then I'll come back and get back to reality. Or at least my version there. Okay. Let me look in my pocket. I don't know why I keep going off on tangents today, but I really sure as hell do. Okay, I saw this one the other day, and I put it in my pocket, and I didn't get to it, so now I'm going to get to it. Because it's like, really? Are you shitting me? Okay, the other day is yesterday. Oops. Time flies. This is from the HuffingtonPost.com. Huff, huff, huff. Puff, puff, pass. Portland schools ditch textbooks that question climate change because you should not question authority. You should not question anything that we're putting in there. We don't need no educraption. Ed-you-crap-shun. Ed, you crapped and we shunned you. That's what it is, pretty much. I'm not talking about you 4E's or E4. I'm not talking about, I like you, sweetie. Okay, the story was originally published by The Guardian and is reproduced here as part of the Climate Desk collaboration. So, here we go. Schools in Portland, Oregon have voted to abandon textbooks that express doubt about the severity of the climate crisis or its root in human activities. The resolution follows a proposal by environmental groups put to the Portland Public School Board, which argued that it is time for schools to to teach, to redefine what it means to educate, indoctrinate, feed at the trough of propaganda. What it is to fill our children's head with educraption. Because a future of certain climate change. Yes, it is coming. You know what? Climate does that. It changes. That's why it's climate. You know, it's like the weather changes. If you don't like it, wait 5 minutes. It'll change. It really will. Out here, we didn't have anything forecasted for big bada booms Monday evening. And guess what? Tuesday morning, we had hail damage all over the place. 2-inch hail south of town. Not where I live, but where I work. Yeah. And last night, the hail was even bigger south of me, about an hour and a half south of me. But yeah, it changes at Mother Nature's whim. You know, she's constantly going through the change, so you need to get used to it. They were stating that there is an overwhelming consensus. Okay, consensus is not proof. Let's put this out there right off the bat. But there is an overwhelming consensus in the scientific community that the climate crisis is created by human beings. It's a consensus in a very narrow scientific community that is just a bunch of ass scratchers. You know, I scratch your ass, you scratch mine. We'll both sniff each other's hands and go, yeah, that smells just as good as what we're putting out there. It's pretty much what's going on. There is a crisis going on, but it is not a man-made climate crisis. There is a man-made pollution crisis. Oh yeah, that's going on. That's actually perpetuated by the corporate, which is, I guess, a person now. I think the Supreme Court deemed corporations a person now, which pretty much knocked the rest of us down a notch or two. Yay. Wow. I'm just as important as a corporation. I feel special because I have almost no use for most corporations. Just saying. The proposal said that it was essential that in their classes and in other school activities, children and students probe the causes and consequences of the climate crisis, as well as possible solutions in developmentally appropriate ways. That is AKA for the consensus that we have come up with the predetermined answer, because that's the way we took the facts. We molded them to the predetermined answer. So, you can develop the appropriate answers all you wish. You just have to come up with our answer. Because that's the appropriate one. Don't you know? In testimony to the board, reported by the Portland Tribune, Bill Bigelow, editor of Rethinking Schools magazine, criticized science textbooks' use of words such as might, may, could. Why not? You guys use them all the time. When referring to climate change. Because actually, they don't need to put might, may, could in there. Climate changes. That's a given. That's a proven scientific fact that the climate changes. Look at the ice ring samples. Or ice core samples. Yeah. Look at tree ring samples. Climate changes. Leaves evidence all over the place. Dumbasses. He quoted the textbook Physical Science as saying the carbon dioxide emissions from motor vehicles, power plants, and other sources may contribute to global warming. In that case, may is used appropriately. It is used properly in that sentence, darling. I don't see why you have a problem with it. This is a section that could be written by the Exxon Public Relations Department, and it's been taught in Portland schools. Okay, wait a minute here. You have an issue with might, may, and could being used in science books, and yet in your rebuttal of what was put in there, in your complaint, You put, this is a section that could, ding, 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 could be written. It wasn't, but if such a thing could be, it would be. Yeah. A lot of the text materials are kind of thick with the language of doubt. Because the shit that you're putting out there isn't proven. All you have is a consensus. A consensus is basically a bunch of people getting together and go, beige, yeah, beige, let's paint the ceiling beige. It's absolutely has zero scientific fact to back up your choice of the color beige. Think I'll paint it beige. No, there is no fact whatsoever to back it up. It's just a consensus of opinions. A bunch of opinions went beige because we're bland. We're beigey kind of people. And you're microaggressing against our beigeness. Wah! We don't want kids in Portland learning material courtesy of the fossil fuel industry. Well, then put out some factual stuff that's not from the fossil fuel industry, okay? There's lots of other information out there that isn't filled with consensus gobbledygook. You know. Writing in the Huffington Post, Bigelow also pointed to another text used for almost all Portland high school students. It's the Holt-McDougall Modern World History, which has been rewritten multiple times because, well, they're steering you along with the way they've changed. History is fluid. Yes, history is fluid. Yesterday is history. That's the fluidity of history. What actually occurred in the past is not. It's not so fluid. That's why it's in the past and they are historic moments, you know. So the fluidity is in the making of history. It's not in the going, well, you know, in the Civil War, slavery. That's not what it was initially fought about, children. Look it up while you still can. In any case, tangent. Yeah, he said that this book includes a scant 3 paragraphs on climate change. A scant. Is that a scant as in it is a scant as skewed? Or is it a scant as in very little? Well, okay. In this, it's 2 words. Yeah. The second of which begins with, not all scientists agree with the theory of greenhouse effect. What? What? You mean there's actually a factual statement in there? Oh, we can't have that. Oh my God, we have a consensus. You can't have facts when you're pushing a consensus. How dare you? The proposal, wrote Bigelow, is the product of months-long effort by teachers, parents, students, and climate justice activists. Yeah, climate justice activists. CJAs for short. To press the Portland School District to make climate literacy a priority. Okay, hon, anytime you put it like that, then you mean you want to make people illiterate on actual climate issues, such as the whole CO2 thing. Oh my God, we have to stop CO2 emissions because it's choking the planet. Shut the fuck up. I know trees breathe it, but it's choking the planet. You climate denier. No, I'm not denying that there's climate. I experience it on a daily basis. I'm just denying your bullshit. Okay? Okay. Go whine somewhere else, hun. The Tribune reported that a student at Portland's Lincoln High School also testified to the board. She said that it is unacceptable that we have textbooks in our school that spread doubt about the human causes and urgency of the crisis, because climate education is not a niche or a specialization. It is a minimum requirement for my generation to be successful in our changing world. Thanks, Beth. I will wear it proudly. I'll even shine it. You know what? This, you had one child testify. One child. How big is the Portland School District? How many students are there? You took the voice of one child that went along with the propaganda bullshit that you're espousing. Wow! I'm impressed. That's where the needs of the one outweigh the few or the many, right? That's kind of a reverse Mr. Spock thing. Because Mr. Spock said in Star Trek, I don't remember which one, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. No, nowadays, it's the wants of the many have been infringing upon the wants of the few and the needs of the one. That's what's going on right now. Just saying. The board voted unanimously. I'm so proud of them. Oh, you're such good little tree huggers. Bless your hearts, you misguided little sheeple, you. Yes, I do mean to use that derogatory term. They voted unanimously to pass the proposal, saying that the implementation plan should include a review of current textbooks for accuracy around the severity of the climate crisis and the impact of human activities. Well, you know, all that carbon dioxide, although I'm not saying that it's a good thing, I'm not saying it's dire, we're killing the planet. No, the carbon dioxide is not doing that. Okay? It's the other shit that we're doing that's killing things. Carbon dioxide is actually making happy plants. They're going, I can breathe. What's that shit, aluminum shit you're dropping from the... Man, my leaves are wilty. Assholes. I can't breathe that shit. So I guess when you look at it from that perspective, it is man-made. Although, I really hate to lump those asshats that are doing that shit as man. Or human. Excuse me. Or anything like me. I would not, excuse me, do such a thing. I have a tickle. I hate when that happens. Okay. Apparently in February, a survey of 1,500 science teachers in the U.S. published in the journal Science found that 30% were teaching students that climate change was likely due to natural causes. Woo! Oh, like maybe sunspot activity or magnetic field changes or... Oh, let's don't go there. That's natural causes. And not human activities. Despite the consensus opinions, consensus is just a really fancy word for opinions of 97% of active climate science. Note they say active climate scientists. Because the ones that are dissenting on this, the ones that are not part of that consensus, they're no longer active climate scientists. They've been kicked out of the club because they have a dissenting opinion. And we want to have a consensus. And you're just really fucking it up. Sorry. Not. I'll go ahead and share this. If I can get it. It's like, wow. Riri's on brigade. Let's see. Yes, most definitely false flags. I'm coming over and checking this. Sheep are sheepish? Ah. Okay. Yes, and I would believe they do plan three generations out, which is why we need to get on the stick. Because they have been playing a life-size version of chess with the rest of us. Oh, Solvin left. Bye, darling. Yeah, and we are the pawns. And they're thinking 20 moves ahead, whereas we're just going, I just want to survive this game. Oh, I like yours, Grammy. Ass can't. My ass can't understand their shit. Okay. And yes, it is a religion, Miss Beth. Ay, 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 ay. And yeah, methane is not necessarily a good thing either, but methane is being released all over the globe. And that is also a greenhouse gas. And they're trying to blame cows and pigs for it, but far more is being released by Mother Nature, aka the planet, than cows and pigs ever thought of releasing. So, yeah. It's the methane. Well, quit farting. Hi, D. Cheatwood. I hadn't thought of that. Oh my God, that is so right. D. Cheatwood says over here on Freedom's Network that it could possibly be those pot-eating sheep. It could, as in capital C, capital O, give them gas. I love that, D. That's very clever. Very clever. I'm impressed. Okay, I'm not surprised, but I'm impressed because, you're just a clever individual, but. Okay. Wow. These people are just like, really? 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 I'm thinking there's a cha-ching in here somewhere. Somebody's going to make some. I wonder who the backers are to these people that want the textbooks changed, and if maybe possibly those people just happen to own a company that keeps missing out on that lucrative contract to print textbooks. I wonder, could it be? Stranger things have happened, just saying. Why do you think chlorofluorocarbons are so bad and all that other fun shit? Doesn't make any difference that they're heavier than oxygen. They get up there and destroy the ozone layer. So we have to have this really expensive refrigerant that has to be disposed of it as a hazardous waste kind of thing according to EPA regulations. But it's better for the ozone layer. Don't you know? Killing everything else, but that ozone layer's getting good and healthy now. No, it's not. No, it's not. Snot. Okay. Let me see. What else? Rockin' Robin. What you Rockin' Robin? Rockin' Robin. Tweet. Tweedly-dee. Go Rockin' Robin. Cause, see? Tangent. It's a good thing I only got about 25 minutes left because, wow, I'm just really, whew, it's one of those days. It really is. How about we go to, there's an awful lot of this going on lately. Let me check this one out real fast because I want to see if this is the one I want to go to or if I want to go to the other link because they both deal with Windows and Windows 10. Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. How about I go here? And you know what? I completely spazzed off saving my links. I'm going to have to sunny beaches in California. Let's go to this one. And while I'm doing that, I will go here. Oh, I'm such a dorkamus. Let's see if, nope, that's not the one I wanted to go to. I don't remember what I named it. Oh, I hate when that happens. Son of a gun, it's refreshment time. Well, maybe I'll just scroll through here and I'll find it really fast. Or maybe not. Grandpa? No, that's not it. Maybe it's... No, that's not it. Hey, there we go. I found it. I found it. Yay. Now I will just do a new I do a new. There we go. Ooh, no, I don't want to do that. I'll do this. See, okay, I'll paste that link. What? I didn't want to do that. Damn it all. What? See, now I'm really screwed up. Never mind. I'll just go to this. Okay, how to go back to Windows 7 or 8 after an unwanted Windows 10 upgrade. Now, there are, and bless your heart, Cowboy Tech helped me with this. Because I'd already done some preparatory work, but they were being sneaky bastards. Because my other computer downloaded Windows 10 on it, and I'm thinking that, yeah, within that 30-day window I am, and I don't like Windows 10. I finally was just getting used to Windows 8.1. And then Windows 10 came along, and it's like, no, I don't like the weather thing. I don't like the new Internet Explorer. I don't like I don't like it. I don't like it, Sam, I am. And so I'm going to uninstall it. And I'll probably have to fix all kinds of shit because that's what it does. It fucks shit up when you uninstall it because it did that to the computer at work that it forced itself upon. This is cybernetic rape that Windows is doing. There you go. Cybernetic rape. Yeah. That's what I'm going to call them from now on. Cyber rapists. In any case, Microsoft's putting away the carrots and breaking out the sticks in its quest to migrate 1 billion users to Windows 10 over the next couple of years. After pushing out the free upgrade as a recommended update to Windows 7 and 8 users earlier this year, which means that you downloaded the initial installation bits if you use the default Windows update, like most people should. Microsoft changed its nagging pop-up prompts in an insidious way. Insidious bastards. For the past 6 months, the Get Windows 10 pop-up asked permission to start an update, but lacked a no thanks option. So the only way to avoid it was to close the window by pressing the X in the upper right-hand corner. Now the pop-up says, we will upgrade you at this time, and pressing the X counts as consent, which is what I did on mine. Because I said, no, the fuck you won't. And guess what? No apparently meant yes to them. Rapists. You need to click a small, easily missed link in the pop-up to cancel the upgrade instead. Well, I didn't. I clicked the X. I'll admit that. My no meant yes in their minds. Rapists. That's all there is to it. It's a nasty bait and switch after months of using an incessant pop-up which can't be disabled without the help of registry hacks and other advanced tricks. That wore users down, encouraging them to simply X out of the irritant when it appeared, each and every time they opened their computer. Worse, it's now possible for your computer to be updated to Windows 10 without your explicit consent. Ha! Happened to me. Happened to me. Happened to my brother. Happened at work. I'm playing with it just long enough to see just how big of a piece of shit it is, which I'm thinking I'm not liking it. Judging by the hundreds of comments on Reddit, Twitter, PC World, and my inbox and other places across the web in response to the situation, a lot of people are finding themselves upgrading unintentionally, and a lot of them are pissed. Yeah, a lot of them are pissed. Fortunately, it's easy to roll back your PC back to Windows 7 or 8 after installing Windows 10. And it gives you the step-by-step of how to reverse it. Although it's too late because I've used it for a couple of days, so I can't do the quick and easy no and rewind. I have to go through the other one, which you're allowed to roll it back to your previous Windows version for 30 days, or previous Windows version for 30 days after the upgrading. I don't like the wording of that. Does that mean you're allowed to roll back to it for 30 days? I don't like that wording. Simply open the Start menu and head to Settings, Update and Security, and Recovery. If you're eligible to downgrade, you'll see an option that says go back to Windows 7 or go back to Windows 8.1, depending on which operating system you upgraded from. Simply click the Get Started button and go along for the ride, which there's an awful lot of things that it wanted me to do the express install, and I went, I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to tech stuff, but even I know better than that. I think I accepted 2 things in it, which pretty much limited a lot of things that I have access to in Windows 10 intentionally, because I don't want them having access to my shit. I'm not going to say, yes, you can have I know they've already got access, but I'm not going to say, yes, you have my permission to have access to everything. No, you do not have my permission. Once you've returned to your previous version of Windows, you need to tinker with it to perfect your setup once again. Yeah, because they will pull little bits and pieces because they're pricks. In particular, you may have to reinstall some programs. No, you think? And don't forget to use your Windows 7 password rather than your Windows 10 password if you created a Microsoft account for the new operating system during the setup process, which I did not. So, now to stop it from happening, once you've upgraded to a PC, once you've upgraded to a PC to Windows 10, you'll always be able to do so again in the future. But if you aren't enticed by Windows 10's best features and more subtle, awesome tweaks, I feel a feeling completely understand. After a non-consensual upgrade, you can turn to a pair of helpful tools to disable the Windows 10 upgrade prompts from returning. CWX Control Panel was the first anti-Windows 10 pop-up tool on the block, and it works marvelously, which, yes, personal experience, works marvelously. Though its complicated user interface is full of granular options and may turn off some people, Never 10, by noted security researcher Stephen Gibson, performs the same basic task in a much simpler way. Either program does the trick. Which, I don't know, I may on the other one, I may use Never 10 just to see how it works. GWX Control Panel and Never 10 will also prevent your computer from being upgraded to Windows 10 if it hasn't yet. Installing one of those is a much better option than disabling Windows updates completely to avoid Microsoft's pestering, as disabling patches can leave you vulnerable to new security flaws. For the good news, Microsoft says it plans to phase out the GWX pop-up once it starts charging for the Windows 10 upgrade in July. Yeah. I wonder if they're actually going to start charging. I'm thinking there's going to be some kind of class action lawsuit or some such nonsense coming up over this shit in the near future. I'm seeing Bill Gates getting his panties in a wringer, is what I'm seeing. I hope. Just because he demands that you take his new product doesn't mean that I have to. Okay, what is this, hon? I'm seeing Rockefellers clinched the medical system in the 40s, but they they pretty much took it over before that. At least from some of the stuff that I've seen, and I wouldn't put it past them. And Salvanor is back, and then Salvanor is gone. Let's see. Wipes all the apps. Well, I don't have a whole hell of a lot of apps on my computer anyway, Grim, because I didn't want to install a whole hell of a lot of apps because I was thinking I was probably going to just go ahead and put Linux on that computer, which I'm still going to do that. Yeah. Let's see. A lot less workers to do that. Gates family history. Okay. I'm reading. Okay. Okie dokie. Let me put this back out here. I've shared it over on Facebook, and wowzer, when I shared it on Facebook, it kind of went nuts. People were sharing it all over the place, which is awesome. Awesome. Oh, but frickin' Windows 10. Goddamn Microsoft. Microsoft has been an extortion racket for years anyway. You will do things the way we want you to do things, or we will not include them. We will not give you the codes to make them usable on our software. I'm thinking that's extortion is what I'm thinking. Some people may call it smart business sense. I call it extortion. What's this, IB Don C? Visa's CEO just threatened to go after PayPal. Oh, let's check this shit out. I haven't used PayPal since WT. This is from governmentslaves.info. Thank you, IB Don C. Visa's CEO just threatened to go after PayPal in ways that people have never seen before. Oh, really? Well, PayPal has long been both a friend and foe to credit card companies. But to Visa CEO Charlie Scharf, it's either one or the other. At a tech conference hosted by JP Morgan Chase this week, Scharf said that he wants PayPal to stop urging its users to fund their PayPal accounts with their bank accounts, a method called ACH instead of debit or credit cards. Such an arrangement is more profitable for PayPal, but a problem for card companies like Visa. Well, wow. Kiss on my what? I'm thinking this is a wanny woo-woo moment is what I'm thinking. It's been very, very clear on this one, which is if you are a foe, you're not a friend. You know what? You keep your friends close and you keep your enemies closer just so you can keep an eye on the sorry sons of bitches. That's what I say. And boy, did I get bit. In any case, moving along. And PayPal's historic model, on the one hand, 50% of its volume is ACH. The other 50% is general purpose cards, of which we're half of it. So they drive a lot of business our way. That's supposedly the friend part of it. Well, honey, they're giving you some. Do you want them to give you none? I'm thinking some is better than none. The faux part is where they then use historically those transactions to do everything they can to get those ACH, where we and our clients get disintermediated from the transaction. Wah? Disintermediated from the transaction. I'm sorry, not. The entire experience, and it causes tremendous customer service problems for the bank specifically. He wasn't done either. And so, anyone that's trying to take your customers is not your friend. And so, that's the reality of the way we viewed PayPal historically. And so, we've said, listen, historically, they were the only game in town. But as we just talked about, there are lots of other opportunities for us to capture that share. Well, you know what? Instead of suing, I guess you're not suing, you're just threatening. You know what? That's called expanding your business model. If you wish to get into another line that's, very similar to the business you're already in. You're just expanding into another business model. This shit if we're going to threaten, although headlines, wow. Can you say butt pucker? Can you say somebody is not getting as big a piece of the pie as they thought they should? You know what? Offer some competition. A little competition never hurt anyone. Although I don't, really care for a lot of this nonsense. Why are you not wanting to share that link? Hun, there was an error processing your request. Well, let's preview it anyway. IB Don C, I don't know that it really liked that. Okay, now I can add it. It's all about the money. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I want your money, honey. And I don't care that they've been in the business longer. I'm going to come out guns a-blazing and I'm going to take your ass down. Really? Okay, go for it, child. Solvenor, honey, are you having problems? It looks like you are, sweetheart. Okay, let me put this over here. Yay, that one posted. So now I know I can get my other links. Okay. Dang, I am almost out of time. So, let's see. Tomorrow is Thursday. That means it's shit day. Sure happy it's Thursday because the next day's Friday. And coming up on a 3-day weekend for those of us in the USA, or at least those of us that don't have to work on Monday or Saturday, which is me. Let's see. Friday we have, is this the last Vins? Are you still on, honey? Friday is, yeah, Vinnavidivici. And Flash will be on Friday at noon Central Time or 7 p.m. Denmark. Is it 7 p.m. Denmark time or is it now 6 o'clock? I think it's 6 o'clock. I don't know. They're going to be on with the last of the This Is No Time for Rational Thinking because, well, it was supposed rational thinking that got us into this mess. And you really can't use the same thought process to get out of a mess that was created by, you know what I mean. So really, in a kind of sort of way, it is no time for rational thinking because you have to be irrational according to the tards that be. That's just irrational. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're a crazy nut job. Well, you know what? It's the crazy nut jobs that change the world. Just saying. So maybe it is no time for rational thinking. Maybe you need to start thinking outside of the box. Maybe. Maybe not. In any case, they will be on Friday. I will be on Friday evening. New baddie time, new baddie channel. Well, no, same channel. Just new baddie time, same old crazy baddie lady. For the Freaker Friday edition of Grammy's Rocket Chair, that will be at 6 p.m. Central Time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I have no freaking clue. Probably midnight Denmark time. I'm thinking. Probably somewhere around there. 5 p.m. Grimner time. And then 2 hours later, we'll be Grimner and Moose Girl with the Freakers Ball. We need to find somebody that wants to fill in that little area. I can be one bookend. Grimmy and Moosey can be the other bookend. You can be the voice of reason or not. However you feel. Because you have a crazy Grammy lady on one end and you have Grimmy and Moosey and freaking balls. Freaking out. And not Solvenor, but Solomon. Solomon! He'll be on this week, won't he? I'll get to hear Solomon. Yay! Or was he on last week and I missed it? Son of a sea biscuit. Probably I missed it. Oh, well. In any case, with all the co-chairs, do I have co-chairs? I didn't. Wow. Thanks, cowboy. In any case, let's see. Kira is on Saturday. Solvenor is on Saturday. Solvenor is actually on at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on UCY TV or .tv. Kira is on RLM Saturday afternoon. And then, let's see, Bo Diddy Saturday evening, Grimner Sunday morning, Hal Anthony Sunday afternoon. Yeah, it's the same cool stuff. And possibly following Sulvanor, here on RLM will be another edition of the Dork Table. I have to find out if someone else can host that. Because, seriously, my tin can and kite string and duct tape just ain't cutting it. We need to have someone with a better internet service. So, I'm going to go because it's nice outside. The sun is shining. I have time to work outside. I think I'm actually going to go get something done. So, y'all have an awesome rest of your evening. Have an absolutely splendiferous Thursday. I will be back here Friday for some more fun and hopefully more fun because I was kind of bitchy tonight.